How an ex-junkie, ex-con, retired addiction counselor becomes a cannabis health coach. You know, it must have been all of those gateway drugs that I had in my youth. I'm Jack Varnell with Associate Distance. This episode is from the series I've just started working with. It's called Can Cannabis Really Help You Feel Better? This is part 2, and it's going to be my personal journey. Now, I need you to forgive me for any flowery poetic words. And when something is really valuable to me, I tend to be just a little bit evangelical. It's in my blood. I mean, my dad was a Southern defense trial attorney after all. So quickly, in my home, I became the invisible golden child, the eldest sibling, the one wanting to be seen from a family of high expectations. Making the grade was the first battle I lost. There were really no tears for the chosen one. I learned how to blend in while I was busy disappearing. I mean, Christ, Cheech and Chong were still in the theaters, and I floated in colors like red and gold from places like Panama and Colombia. Speaking of Colombia, I will dance with Colombia a little bit faster, a little bit harder, a couple years later. Different lady altogether. By the way, have you seen Scarface? Yeah, not me either. I just kind of played him in my own head. Both of those Scarfaces, the old one, gangster, and the new one, cocaine. Fast forward, jails, institutions being nearly dead from things like alcoholic hepatitis at age 16, natural consequences for those who choose this path. Car wrecks, way too many to even count, and staying alive through them has been pretty miraculous considering. Choices were made on almost a daily basis on whether to live or die. They were made with spoons, what I call a dart, a glass pipe, or even early 80s, casual relations. I was known in the darker places, if only by a bravado reputation. It was oh so fallacious. But then there was redemption eventually. Sometimes, and hopefully, we get tired. We injure our bodies and our minds to the point that we need to heal, and we heal or we don't. In my life, after 12 years giving back to amend the wreckage that I had caused, a life-threatening illness, damage from my own abuses, and a diagnosis of doom really feels a bit heavy. It's parallel in my own ideas of addiction, abstinence, and complete ignorance, and quite frankly, fear of true pharmaceuticals that was becoming a barrier to my own personal health. So I really didn't know much about the medicine of the plant at all, and I didn't realize anything about the balance that came from it. My recovery in my early years as an addiction counselor really had me just a little bit brainwashed and closed-minded about certain tools that might be available in order to offer some relief from some inherent suffering. I've seen doctors daily, the ones who threw the psychotropic and the latest flavor in antidepressants. Pain meds were cool for this or for that if they weren't your drug of choice. So I opened up my mind a little bit, and I educated myself a little more. I found myself a mentor who was California sober and a medical professional with a different approach than the one I was used to. It helped to change my frame of reference, and nowadays the majority of my health and my healing is all about the plant medicines, the endocannabinoid system, spiritual pursuits, art and writing, and the minor pharmaceutical needs that I do have in order to sustain my life. But much less is necessary than would have been necessary otherwise. That's because of having the right balance in my systems. It's changed my life. The gateway drug cannabis has led me to the medicine of earthly balance, cannabis. Cha-ching! There are the knowns of Cannabis Health. They get known by education for the patients, education for the caretakers, and anybody else who's concerned and wants to know more. Now, as a Cannabis Health consultant, I do hope to bring a little bit of light. I'd ask you, if you're inclined to join us on the network, all the links will be included, and learn much more at Holistic Caring. See products and services from my other partner, Bloom Hemp, and the Green Nurse. If you are a nurse, our founders wrote the book on cannabis nursing. Links will be included in the description as well. And you can always get that information through the network by joining and participating. I'll leave links for everything. So next time in episode 3, we're going to dig a little bit deeper into some of the medical science and some of the basics of CBD and the other cannabinoids or components of the plant. We're going to delve a little bit into the history and the efficacy of all of the components of cannabis, CBD, and the relationships to our full spectrum of health. Meanwhile, subscribe, like, share us with your friends at the included links in the description and all of our socials to stay looped in. And if you need a hand, call the nurse line. I'll include the number in the description as well. And I want to say thanks. Be well. Do the right thing. Take care of your health. Listen to your body. And come and help us in the network to change the paradigm of medicine to